Well, well, finally I'm gonna actually take off the carburetor. Check that out. I've taken it off many times, but still having a bit of mixture problems, so I'm gonna check to see if there's anything wrong. My camera, whenever it zooms, it cuts out noise, so that's why it does that sometimes. This is basically all you need to take off the air. The first step is to take off the air cleaner and then take off a couple more bolts inside. This one is a 5/16, so just give me a second, it'll be off. All the bolts inside are basically the same, the air cleaner. This right here, some people sometimes wonder what this is. This basically, the PCV gas valve on the back comes from the valve spring case, comes and goes back in there to be reburned. So if you're wondering what that is, there's your answer. Alright, now that I have that off, it's not that exciting. That's where the PCV gas goes in there, and then just basically runs up here and back to the carburetor. There's the PCV gas leak. Well, it's windy outside. It's kind of cold, and I'm only wearing a sweatshirt. Well, here's your choke. You know, there you go. This is basically this one. The throttle connects to this. It connects to the governor. Right there. I bet you can't get a very good view, but there's the governor linkage right there. A little plastic piece. Right there, see? Then that actuates the throttle arm. And then basically, so this is, if some people thought that this is connected directly to the throttle, it's actually connected to the throttle, the governor, and then it connects to the throttle. Alright, the next step is to take off this top cover right here. It's the gas tank. It doesn't connect to oil, that goes straight down to the block. So once I get this off, the hardest part for me is actually just disconnecting the gas line right there, because this has bumps on it that holds onto this. And just kind of, you know, and so it makes it difficult for it to come off while you're using it. The nice thing about this one is that it has a gas valve, so that way I can turn it off when I take it off, and only a small amount of gas will leak out. Alright, now that everything's all loose and stuff, my next step is getting that off right there. It's the hardest part for me, just getting this off the carburetor. Oh, alright, with a bit of help now, just got that off. Now it looks like a true Briggs & Stratton, you know, like the whole piston shape. Well, here's the carburetor. The valve's actually broken, but I fixed it now. But there's this really small amount of gas that I collected. Now all I have to do is just unbolt these two bolts, and then get the linkage off right there, and it should be fine. Well, the bolt size for this carburetor was a 3/8, so all I have to do is just take it off, and then remove the linkage, and, you know, I have a carburetor. Alright, now I have the two bolts off, now it wobbles around a bit. Just let me get, now this linkage shouldn't be too hard to get off, alright, there we go, I have a carburetor. There's a mixture screw right there. And there's not much else to see. Just a carburetor, there's a bit of gas in it. Just let me get off and I'll show you the float and junk. Alright, usually when you're opening up a carburetor, you have to expect some gas to run out of it. This has a full tank of gas. You can tell it's kind of wet. Over there, there's, you know, the wet dirt. Most carburetors, the bolt on the bottom is usually the jet, but this one actually isn't, so that one kind of surprised me. I said, here's my dad cooking some hamburgers. The jet's actually down here on the bottom, right there. This camera doesn't have the best focus, but it works. Alright, so I'll pull this apart and show you the needle and the float and junk. This is the float. The needle's being held in by the seat. Right there. That's the seat. It's really hard to see on this camera because I could barely see it on the screen. So here are the basic parts of the bowl part of the carburetor. Here's the float. Here's the needle. And here's just the pin that holds it all together. The float has the seat on it, right there. Because what you do is you take this, and you slide it just in there, and then you just, the seat holds the needle right in there. This little hole right here, which feeds gasoline. When the carburetor bowl fills up with gasoline and stuff, it pushes the seat pushes the needle up and then stops gas flowing from into it. Just prevents your engine from flooding. Once you have all this off, you'll notice that, you know, there's two ports in there that go up, and then there's one hole on the side right there. That's what feeds it. My camera has really bad focus, as you could probably tell, but it works. There's the mixture screw that controls the mixture of how much these jets let in. So you could tell Looks kind of complex, but after you get into it, it's actually pretty simple. There's the choke, there's the gas, right? You know, there's the throttle. The choke is spring loaded, so you know, when I push and let go, it springs back open really fast. Putting the carburetor back together is actually fairly easy. I'm gonna have to set the camera down to do it. Alright, so basically what you do is you take your float. I don't know if you can see this or not. Excuse me if you know you can't. Alright, then now that I have it inside, basically it just kind of, or you could hurt something really bad. But after you get everything off, it's best to blow in these holes right here, blow in the jets. And if your carburetor is still clogged up, get a wire brush, get a pair of pliers and just pull it out. And then bend it a bit, put bends, and then straighten out. Kind of just move it up and down inside of those jets. And that should clean it out. Now, if your lawnmower starts and dies, usually the problem is this mixture screw right here. Turn about maybe half a turn back. That usually works for me. And if it doesn't work, turn it maybe like 1/4 of a turn back. And these are the bumps I was talking about right there. See? They kind of like have grooves in it that hold on to the gas line right here. And sometimes when your gas lines are old and you pull it off, you could just break the gas line. You have to buy a whole new one. So when you're taking it off and you're having to apply force, try to be careful because I've had a problem with that before. Yeah. Oh yeah. One more thing. It's best to do if you want to try and keep track of your bolts. Well, first things, you want to like put something to keep stuff from going in your engine port right there. And there's a little rubber gasket. Don't lose that. That's good for making seal, you know. If you didn't have that, other things could fly in, like the dirt around it, and they could choke out your engine and maybe even overheat it or score the cylinder or something bad. And if you're not willing to put things back in your engine, it's good to just keep track of the screws the other way. I put mine in this air cleaner and keep it in my house. That way, you know, if the wind blows, it doesn't just take them away. Well, thanks for watching. More videos to come. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to kind of teach you how to take out the magneto, the kill switch and stuff like that. If you don't have sparks, if your lawnmower is older than like 84 or 83, I think it is, then it will have points and condensers. It still has a magneto, but it needs points and condensers. This one is an 88, and so it just has electronic magnetion. So I'm going to take it out and show you guys how all that stuff works, right? Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.